Good morning and welcome to the Learning Python for Beginners class. I'm your host, Miss Tiger. In today's episode of Learning Python for Beginners, we will be talking about for loops. Please welcome our guest student, Teddy. Hello everyone, my name's Teddy and I'm so excited to learn about for loops. I've heard of them before, but I never quite understood. Well, you're at the right place. For loops are used very often while coding in the computer language Python, but also in many other computer languages as well. For loops allow you to repeat some code over and over again, as many or as little times as you would want it to be. Awesome! For loops are also so convenient. In many cases, using these loops can easily shorten code that is thousands of lines long into a short chunk of code. Why don't we get started on how to use for loops? Sounds good! First, you can try and type into the website repl.it, replit, import turtle, for I in range, parentheses 5, parentheses, colon, print, parentheses, I, parentheses. In this piece of code, I is the variable. I could be any letter, but the variable I is very common for loops. Range is a sequence of numbers which start from 0 by default and ends at whichever number you specify, in this case 4, because 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. Each time it loops, a new number gets assigned to it. For example, the first time it runs through, the number will be 0. The second time it would be 1. The third time it would be 2, etc. It prints 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Why doesn't it print from 0 to 5? Great question. It prints from 0 to 4 because if you count 0, it prints 5 numbers. Also, it loops over arrays, which are variables that hold multiple values. Oh, I see. In for loops, they also have a function called range. This is built into Python, and if instead of wanting your numbers to start at 0, and you don't want your numbers to jump by 1 each time, you could add a number you want to start from in the beginning of the parentheses, after range, with a comma after, put whatever number you want to end with, add a comma after, then add whatever number you want each skip to be, in this case 3, like this. Wow! So since you start from 2, in each step you add 3, then you end at 10, then it would be 2, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, and 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. An example of a for loop drawing something would be for I in range 4, turtle.forward 20, turtle.right 90. This would create a very simple square using a for loop instead of repeating the code 4 times, which is much longer than using the for loop. This is with the loop, and this is without. Lo and behold, they draw the same thing. This is because a for loop repeats the code inside it as many times as you want, in this case 4. Therefore, the loop just runs through the inside chunk of code 4 times. This significantly shortens your code. Wow, that's so cool! Now you try. Let's see if you can try and draw an equilateral triangle with each side as 20 units on Replit. Okay.
A few moments later.
I think I got it. Awesome job. Why don't we take a look at your code? Sure. Wow, it looks great. It really seems that you're getting the hang of this. Would you mind explaining your code? Not at all. So first I imported turtle.st since it's quicker and easier to type. Then I started my for loop. I looped it 3 times since there are 3 sides and 3 angles in a triangle. After, since you wanted each side to be 20 units, I made my cursor draw a forwards line for 20 units. Then I took a left turn for 120 degrees since in an equilateral triangle, each angle is 60. 180 minus 60 is equal to 120. Then it loops 2 more times, completing the triangle. For viewers, I have a few tips for you. If you're having trouble formatting a loop, you can type out a section or the entire code, then simplify it into a loop. If you get frustrated because the loop isn't working out the way you want it to, make sure you've formatted the loop correctly and calculated everything correctly. When you don't want to use the variable in a loop, you can make it an underscore. Thank you for dropping in to watch today's episode of Learning Python for Beginners. Have a great day!